welcome dear listener to whatever this is, currently untitled and going by the codename You Never Get Those Minutes Back. Neil Young once famously sang the line, "It's better to burn out than to fade away." As a quick opening point, if you are currently scratching your head wondering who the hell Neil Young is, then this podcast might not be for you. Yet. But, in the words of Led Zeppelin, your time is gonna come. Now, if you're currently scratching your head wondering, forget it. I'm guessing veteran rocker Neil Young was referring to calling time on something when your star is burning at its brightest, as opposed to ploughing on until ultimately you become a shadow of your former self. As I said, I'm guessing here, but I'm rolling with it, as Liam Gallagher might say. Kid. Whilst I can see where the line is coming from for the rock stars who walk amongst us, I mean, if I was a multi-millionaire by the time I was in my mid-20s, I'd probably fancy pissing off to the burnout sunset myself, where I could while away the days drinking iron brew and eating Doritos, a valuable societal contribution at all times being paramount. However, in everyday life, things are a little different, and in a life lived in gaming, it's entirely different. The burning star seems to never reach its peak. Instead, it just keeps getting more and more intense as every new gaming dawn brings something even brighter than the last. Where the hell am I going with this? Well, I don't know, but we're here now, so let's shuffle forward and see what happens. I am what I would probably describe politely as an experienced gamer. Very experienced. From a time when consoles occasionally came with wood panelling. To the outsider, that similarly aged acquaintance who is oblivious to the vast gaming universe around them, and what they might describe as an "aren't you a bit old for video games" sort of gamer. We will then fight to the death, or until someone cries, or occasionally both. And I have to be honest, the old jibe about being too old is something I'll never understand. I mean, come on, why anyone who can happily reap joy from a couple of hours in front of a big screen movie, lapping up the unfolding action like a parched puppy at a pond on a hot summer's day, can't see the potential joy that is to be had from stepping through the screen into the body of the action hero is beyond me. And that is sort of exactly what this modern age of games allows us players to do. We can leave the comfort of the sofa without actually getting up and live other lives less ordinary. To be honest, we always have enjoyed such an experience. Even when the graphics could never do justice to the imaginations of the creators, we had our own imaginations that could more than compensate. Sometimes we had to turn a wall of adventurous text into dark forests and raging ogres. And we did it. It's probably why we often lose ourselves in daydreams to this day. Probably why we drive places, arrive, and have no idea how the hell we got there. That's a muscular imagination you've got there. A bit dangerous, mind. Anyway, why gaming is seen as something to leave behind as age creeps up on us, I'll never know. I was never really any good at the games anyway. My slower reaction speed now just offers a legitimate excuse. And we suffered through some darkness amongst the light. Some games were shit back in the day, but you didn't know that until you dropped 8 weeks pocket money on it and then spent 12 minutes waiting for it to load just so it could take a huge dump on your crappy definition TV screen. I didn't ride that bus, so hop off now, things are getting good. And I'm a goddamn veteran of the console wars. So back off. Kids talking shit down mics, come on, I've got 6 of my own kids who do that to my face. And then we fight to the death. Or until someone cries, or occasionally both. Some people will even tell you we older gamers are cranky, and that we go off track and ramble and waffle, and occasionally lose track of what we were doing and where we were. What? No, just, look at that seagull. We are blessed with wonderful memories and wonderful memories. Like the old rhyme about bonfire night. Remember, the don't hold the hot end of the sparkler in November. I am part of a generation that witnessed the birth of the video game. Sadly, we didn't follow a star bearing gifts of gold coins, a 20-sided die and a packet of top trumps as Fable suggests, but we did defend the Earth from the dreaded space invaders before a lunch break of blue ghosts and cherries. And I am part of what I expect will one day become the first generation of gaming pensioners. In fact, we're on the cusp, which is depressing. I see a glorious day when our kind will invade the game shops, decked out in tartan slippers, slacks up to our chins and the hint of a Werther's original on our breath, as we seek out the latest escape into rocket-fueled GTA games and reminisce about the golden age when we still used control pads and owned physical consoles instead of these damned microchip brain implants. I'm not sure why I became American. I have no doubt that it's coming. My generation has ridden this wave since it was a barely formed ripple, and we're not ready to wipe out just yet. It is very easy to envy the kids today, born into an industry that puts living, breathing, lifelike worlds at their fingertips, then offers them a global playground of opponents and allies to adventure with, and does it all in eye-watering 4K. It's a wonderful time to embark on your adventure in video games, but equally, there are great joys that many will never know. 4-player split-screen Halo on an old standard TV, anyone? It might not sound too exciting these days, but to those upon the settee with a beer in one hand and a controller in the other, they were glorious nights. Multiplayer to most meant going round to mates with your console and a beverage in hand. The night ahead would always guarantee laughs, fierce competition and complete loss of the passing of time, and genuine bubbling hatred, until the morning when bridges burned by headshots and sticker grenades were quickly repaired. So many great events have unfolded over the decades that will mean little to younger players, but were defining moments for the older gamer. The Nintendo versus Sega wars, God, the Spectrum versus Commodore wars for that matter, smashing all hell out of a rubber keyboard in a vain attempt to make Daley Thompson run faster, the arrival of Sony and their PlayStation, the early death of Dreamcast. R.I.P. you wonderful unsung machine. Blink's the time sweeper who arrived as the Xbox answer to Mario and was quickly swept away by unconvinced gamers, getting splinters from the Resident Evil voice acting, sensible soccer, a real footy game, real arcades too, Games Master on the telly, and getting all your info from a magazine once a month. It was magical. We already have a lifetime of amazing moments from time spent in an amazing universe, and there is so much more to come. It's a ride I fully intend to take until my arthritic fingers scream, "No more!" and I wear my trousers so high I can no longer see over the top of them. And so, I refuse to burn out or fade away where gaming is concerned. I shall shuffle into brave new worlds and grab the future of games by the throat. Then we shall fight, to the death, or until one of us cries, or occasionally both. Because like the Goonies, old gamers never say die. Goonies reference just to really cement how old I am.